How do I know that everyone is a sinner? Here's a good question for you. Answer that. Answer the question. Can you? Can you die? If you can die, then you are a sinner. Why? Because the wages of sin is death. The only people dying today, the only people that died in the past, the only people that will die in the future are people who sinned once. Now, let me ask you a question. Can a little child die? Yeah. No, I'm talking about a toddler, a little baby that you have to pick up because it can't pick itself up. That you have to feed because it can't feed itself. That you have to rock to sleep. Can that little so-called innocent baby, he or she, can he die? If the answer to that is yes, then that little bundle of joy is the worst sinner in all God's creation. Kevin, I can't believe you said that. No, I can't believe you think he's not. Why? Because the soul that sin shall die. Did the little baby sin? Yeah. Kevin, the baby did nothing. Friend, can the baby die? Yeah. Then the baby is a sinner because only sinners die. Why in the world the baby is going to repent? The same way you repent. What do you mean? You think the baby's going to get, going to have some special way to get to heaven? No, man. The baby, because he's a sinner, is going to have to give up a payment just like everybody else. The exact same payment. Oh, let me ask you a different one. What about the woman that's pregnant? And only women get pregnant, by the way. What about the woman that's pregnant? And the little baby that's inside the womb? What about the first conception, the very nanosecond that baby is formed in there, when nobody else knows that there's a baby there but God, of course, in the baby? What about that baby? The little pimple. Is that baby a sinner? Let me ask you a question. Answer it. Answer the question. Is that little pimple the baby I'm talking about? At the moment of conception where nobody knows but God and that little one, is that little one capable of dying? You say, yeah, then that rascal is just as wicked as the devil. Kevin, no, don't Kevin me. What does the word say? The soul that sin, it shall, not might, it shall die. If you can die, friend, that simply put you in the category of a sinner. And you have no hope. None, zero, of ever going to heaven. Unless God stepped in. And do what? He have to raise you from the dead. You see, this is where people get all this stuff all mixed up. I don't know what kind of gospel people are hearing, but it ain't coming from the book. I can assure you that. Because the gospel of Jesus Christ says, God have no choice but to come in here and force life upon people. Do you think Lazarus was in that grave hoping that somebody would come there and remove the stone so he can come out? Of course not. You, who? The sinner. He. Who's that? That's God. What did you do, God? God had to force somebody to do what? Come alive. He made you alive. He had to create you alive. That's what he did. Well, why in the world God had to do that? Because you were dead. You weren't partially dead. You weren't partially alive and God had to reach down and you reached up to God and grabbed God's arm. No. No. You were dead. No hope. What did God do? God had to make you alive. And just in case you didn't hear him the first time, but God, who is rich in mercy, whose mercy? Yours? No, man. Because of his great love with which he loved who? Who did God love? Us. Everybody know him, love no everybody. Who's the us he's making reference to? That when you were dead, did he wait till you come alive? Did he wait till you repent? Did he wait for you to confess? He'd have been waiting forever because you'd never done it. Why not? Have you ever heard a corpse say a prayer? Go get your stethoscope. Put it in your ear. Go up to a corpse. Put it on his mouth or her mouth. And you sit there and you wait. And you wait. And you wait. Until that corpse apologizes to you. Until that corpse repent and confess what they did to you. Go ahead. See how long you're going to wait. Is the corpse capable of doing any of that? Of course not. Then why in the world are you thinking that a dead sinner can do what you just confessed a dead body can't do? You see, even logically, not biblically, just logically, that makes no sense. But when you apply it to the Bible, for certain it don't make sense. Because the author of life declared that you and I are absolutely, totally incapable of doing anything good. Totally incapable. Why not? You're dead. Dead people can't do anything. So what did God do? Look at what he says for the second time, as if you didn't hear him the first time. He made us alive. God forced you. That's how people get saved, friends. Can a dead person hear the gospel? Nope.